Well, just stopped off to fly my drone, and as you know, DJI has a software update, so I've got to wait for that to download. So while we're waiting, I'm just right in the middle of this freeway here, and you can hear the cars going by. It's kind of a bit of a cozy little spot where the cycling path goes underneath the bridge and onto the other side of the freeway. So it's a good little spot to stop. But I just wanted to talk to you today about cycling safety, and how do you go about making it a bit safe for yourself when you're on the road or when you're cycling around, especially with winter coming here in Australia, which is the 1st of June, officially the first day of winter. So how do you protect yourself when you're riding around? Well, the good thing is you can use lots of things. You can use lights, you can use reflectors, and I'll just get a few here just to show you. Yeah, one of the things I like to use when I'm cycling is these little buggers here. Just going to focus on it. And these go around your ankles, and they catch the light, especially at night. If you're riding when it's like poor conditions, like in winter, and the light's really low, when the headlights hit these things, they really shine. And they also work in the bright sunlight because they actually sparkle, and the light hits them and they sparkle. So, and your legs are moving and whatever. So I really like these things. I know they're not pro, and you won't see the pro cyclists wearing them, but yeah, and you may think you look like a bit of an old fuddy-duddy, but if it stops the car hitting you from behind, no one's going to be saying, oh, you look like an old fuddy-duddy. So that's one of the things I like to use, which I'll add on. The other thing I like to use is a light on the back of my helmet. Now this one here is, I don't know if you can see that. Yeah, you can see that there. Well, anyway, you can fit them on. Most headlights you can get to fit on your helmets. This one here is quite a powerful one, so I wear it in the daylight, but it's just on one of the lower settings at the moment. So you can use that, because what I like about that is it gives you two different heights. So when a car's coming down the road, there could be a car that's in between you and the car that wants to see you as a cycle. They may be doing something or overtaking or whatever, or going to turn left, and they don't see you because the car in front blocks them. But if you've got two height vision, you've got a light on the back of your bike and you've got a light on your helmet, then there's two levels of lights, and they're probably going to see you a lot better. The other light I like to use is the Garmin radar. This is really good because not only does it tell you that cars are coming, but it actually changes the way it works. It starts flashing when the car gets closer, from a steady state to a flashing state. So that's a really good, it gets the attention of the driver when you're running along. And for the front, I like to have a very powerful flashing light, even in the daylight, not just for night, but also for daylight. I have it flashing like this, and because they're 3000 lumens, they're really good, and cars see them. And if you want to find out where to get these, check one of my other videos on the Chinese 3000 lumen light. So there are just a few things you can use to help be seen. Of course, if someone's on the phone or someone's just being a dickhead in the car, there's not a lot you can do, but you can always wear lights and reflectors on your body. I also put a reflector on the bag as well, so that's another thing that can catch the light, or at night time it will reflect like on the back of a car. They're actually auto reflectors that I put on the back of my backpack. And these sort of things can really help, because drivers, sometimes when they see flickering lights, I've seen it, they do change their behaviour. So it is something to keep in mind. And reflectors are almost as good as lights. In fact, you could even argue they're better because they never run out of batteries. And as soon as a headlight hits them, they will work. Even if the sun hits them on a bright day, they work as well. So it's all these things to keep in mind and to keep you safe when you're out cycling on the road. Well, yeah, not too sure where we are. Actually, there's another cyclist coming down the road, so I must be going somewhere. Anyway, let's just have a look at him. Let's just have a look at him down the road. He's coming. He's coming. But yeah, there's some horses over on the left-hand side, and just had a bit of a stop to see where I was, and here he comes. Here comes the cyclist. Anyway.
Right?
Yeah. Yeah. He's just saying hello. And he's on his way, so he's having a day out. First day of winter. It's actually the cloud's starting to break up now, and it's starting to look pretty good. I'm just going to hop back on my bike and do a few more kilometres and see where it takes me. So let's go.